Hey guys, don't you hate explaining yourself to a chatbot, only for it to forget everything on the next session? It's the single most frustrating part of AI. What if that problem could finally be solved? That is what Google just solved with the release of Vertex AI Memory Bank. It's one of the single biggest breakthroughs of 2025. That experience happens because the language models don't save any conversation history. Every time you start a new chat, it's like meeting a stranger all over again, forcing you to repeat yourself. But Google is tackling this head-on with an innovative new managed service called Vertex AI Agent Engine Memory Bank. It's designed to give AI agents a true, persistent, long-term memory, making interactions feel personal and continuous across multiple sessions. So today, we're going to break down exactly what Memory Bank is, explore the clever technology that makes it work, and show you how you can start using it. So, to understand why most agents have this digital amnesia, we need to look under the hood. At their core, the large language models that power them are stateless. Think of it like having a conversation with someone who has no short-term memory. They only know what you're saying in that exact moment and what's in their limited context window. Once the conversation ends or a new session begins, that context is gone. For a while, developers tried a brute force fix, just cramming the entire past conversation history into the prompt every single time you send a message. But as you can imagine, this gets incredibly expensive with token usage. It slows down response times to a crawl, and it can actually confuse the model by overwhelming it with irrelevant details. A slightly more elegant approach is basic retrieval augmented generation, or RAG. This is where the agent searches a database of past conversations for snippets that seem relevant. But this has its own issues. It often suffers from rigid granularity, might store the fact that you're planning a trip to Italy completely separate from the fact you have a gluten allergy. The two memories never connect. This is exactly the problem that Vertex AI Memory Bank is built to solve. It's a fully managed service on Google Cloud that automates the creation, management, and retrieval of long-term memory for your AI agents. Think of it as the agent's personal brain. It intelligently identifies which parts of a conversation are essential to remember, ensuring seamless continuity without needing to store the entire chat history. This allows for truly personalized interactions, as the agent can automatically select and use relevant information from your past conversations. It understands your preferences and history, leading to a significantly improved user experience that feels coherent and natural, not frustrating and repetitive. Ultimately, it provides an adaptable, continuously learning memory system that makes the agent smarter about you over time, resolving the core issue of statelessness. So what's the secret sauce here? How does Memory Bank actually pull this off? It all comes down to two clever mechanisms that Google calls reflection. First, there's prospective reflection. This is the part that creates the memories. It acts like a smart summarizer, taking all the fragmented bits of information you've shared across different conversations and using another language model to synthesize them into a single cohesive memory. So instead of having three separate, messy notes about your trip, it creates one clean entry. Like, user is planning a gluten-free trip to Italy in May. But creating the memory is only half the battle. The second part is retrospective reflection. This is where the system learns and gets smarter over time. It uses reinforcement learning to figure out which memories were actually useful in a given conversation. For example, when you're booking a flight, it learns that remembering your seat preference is helpful, but your gluten allergy isn't. By learning from what works, it refines its retrieval process, making sure it pulls up the most relevant context next time. It's this 1-2 punch that makes the memory so intelligent. Okay, that's the theory. But how do developers actually put this into practice? Google provides two main paths. For maximum flexibility, there's a REST API. This lets you plug Memory Bank into almost any agent framework you're using, like LangChain or Llama Index. But if you want the easy button, you can use the Google Agent Development Kit, or a DK, With the ADK, the memory management is handled automatically for you, with no extra coding required. And it really works. In demos, a user can mention they love hiking and have a dog named Max. Then, in a completely new session, they can ask, "Do you remember who I am?" And the agent recalls those details perfectly. That's persistent, personalized memory in action. So that's a look at Vertex AI's Memory Bank. It's a powerful managed service that finally gives AI agents a real, long-term memory. By overcoming the stateless nature of LLMs, it enables truly persistent and personalized interactions that feel more natural and continuous. What do you think about this leap forward in AI memory? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button for more content. Thanks for watching.